Good morning, dear colleagues. I'm so happy to see all here, all the speakers, all the participants. We are very happy to announce the renewal of Mauritius tourism in Russia. Our event is hosted together with the Mauritius authorities, and today we will discuss the possibilities, the options that we have, the tours, the theme tours, theme trips that Mauritius has to offer to Russian tourists. We'll discuss what the air carriers think about it, and in the end, there'll be a prize draw. So before we start with the speeches, I want to give you a few words about the format. Uh, it will, like the event will be consisting in three parts: presentations of our colleagues of air carriers. In the second part, we will discuss the place that Mauritius can take on Russian market, what can it offer to tour operators. And the third part is the prize draw that I mentioned earlier. I really highly recommend you to participate in it. So stay till the end. Dear speakers, our timing is very, very firm. So please understand all the speeches should take not more than 10 minutes. Like if you go over 10 minutes, I will have to mute you. I'm really sorry. We really, really ask you to try to finish in 10 minutes. And so let's begin. As I said, this event is hosted together with the tourist MTPA, tourist authorities. So we're very happy and to hear if Mauritius is ready to receive Russian tourists. So dear Arvind, the director of MTPA, the Ministry of Tourism in Mauritius, please share your thoughts on what we can face in the new season. 10 minutes, Arvind.
Thank you very much. A very good morning to all of you. Thank you for taking the time to come and listen to us today. I would like to wish you a very warm welcome from Mauritius. As you are aware, Mauritius is opening the country after 18 months. Tourism, which is a big component of industries in Mauritius, was at a halt, and we are opening up gradually. Since the 15th of July, we decided to open Mauritius in phases because, first of all, security and sanitary precautions were our top priority. We had to protect our population and we had to protect visitors also. That was one of the reasons that we decided to open Mauritius into phases. The phase one opening started on 15th of July and ends on 30th of September. And we decided to distinguish between vaccinated travelers and unvaccinated travelers. Vaccinated travelers had to do a PCR upon arrival, and then they would go to a resort whereby they would be able to experience all the facilities available to them. Then after 7 days, they would be able to go and explore the island without any restrictions. Those were for the vaccinated. And for the unvaccinated, we were extremely strict and rigorous. We kept the protocol same. So passengers who were unvaccinated, they had to come to do a 14-day quarantine in an in-room facility. Now, in the meantime, the vaccination rollout in Mauritius has been extremely positive. As I speak today, we have already vaccinated 62% of our population. And we expect by the end of this month, before we reopen our borders, we would have vaccinated around 70% of the population. With vaccination being the game changer today, we are pleased to announce that as from 1st of October, Mauritius will reopen its borders. Now, vaccinated travelers from all over the world will be subject to a negative PCR test done 3 days prior to traveling. And upon arrival in Mauritius, they will be free to move. And then unvaccinated travelers, then they will be still subject to this 14-day in-room quarantine. This is where we are going. But actually for vaccinated travelers, we are still considering whether we will have to do a test upon arrival, but this will be streamlined by end of the month. Let me just talk a little bit about the present sanitary situation in Mauritius. As you're aware today, safety is the new luxury in travel. Mauritius has been one of the small islands which has been nominated by the World Health Organization as one island which has really contained the pandemic. And today, with the advent of vaccination, this is one of the reasons which is triggering our opening. We are extremely confident that with the sanitary protocols that have been put in place, and I wish to thank the private sector, I mean, the hotel industry as a whole, because they have adopted strict sanitary protocols in all their properties. And with the level of service that we have in Mauritius, we are extremely confident that we will rise up to the expectations of the Russian clientele. So this is a little bit a snapshot of the present situation in Mauritius. In terms of air accessibility, we are proud to say that as from 1st of October, besides Air Mauritius, which is our national carrier, we have loads of other international airlines operating on Mauritius. I have in mind Emirates, Turkish, Condor, Edelweiss, British Airways, Air France, Corsair, Austrian Airlines, Eurowings, and Condor. So these are the international airlines that will be operating besides Air Mauritius. On top of that, we also have different types of accommodation ranging from top hotels to top villas. We have different types of accommodation. And with the advent, with these airlines coming up, I mean, there would be connection from Russia through all these hubs that we are talking about. Let me just talk briefly about Mauritius. As you're aware, Mauritius is a tourism destination, small island in the Indian Ocean. But compared to its competitors, Mauritius stands and positions itself differently. First of all, Mauritius is a melting pot of culture, of tradition, of religion, of gastronomy. There are very few islands in this world, I would say, that our forefathers, our ancestors came from 4 different parts of the world. And secondly, where everybody would live in peace and harmony. Secondly, I would say we are still a beach destination. Mauritius has pristine beaches, azure waters, and on top of that, we have very good water sports. And I would also like to highlight another attribute of the destination is that Mauritius also has rich interiors. When I speak of interiors, I'm talking about these lush forests, waterfalls, and all these cultural heritage sites that we do have. And all these assets of the destination are yet to be discovered. Finally, today, everybody is talking about sustainability. I believe sustainability plays a key part in tourism in Mauritius. But I would like to say that Mauritius has embarked on this path quite some time back. We have adopted a lot of sustainable measures so that the industry benefits from all these measures that have been adopted. Well, having said so, let me just firm up and tell you that we are ready to welcome you. In case you need any help, the Mauritius Tourism Promotion Authority, through your help, we will be ready to assist. And we wish you all the best. And please do us a favor, start selling. We are here to support you. Thank you very much.
Спасибо. Арвин, хочется поаплодировать. Как жалко, что мы не очно встречаемся.
Arvin, we want to give you a round of applause because you would have heard applauses from everywhere. And dear colleagues, please ask questions if you have questions. You have chat for that. You can address your questions to the speakers that you want to ask this question from. So after all the sessions, you'll have time to ask questions. And Arvin explained us everything, all the possibilities about the Mauritius. But now we want to see and hear the locations, like what housing options do you offer? And I'm glad to offer Ramesh Genrain a spot. Dear Ramesh, 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you. Good afternoon, friends of the Russian travel trade. Thank you, leading on from my colleague Arvin in Mauritius, who's tantalized our taste buds with regards to the reopening of Mauritius and how heartwarming and welcoming the island is to the Russian tourists. So I'm sure when we all close our eyes and imagine of an island destination, one of the destinations that would feature on top of mind would surely be Mauritius, with its true paradise, sun-soaked beaches, turquoise waters, friendly Mauritian hospitality, which the island is famous for. I mean, even if we look at the famous saying by Mark Twain, God designed Mauritius first and then modeled heaven from that blueprint. So Mauritius consists of an infinite number of accommodation types, ranging from budget, luxurious, all-inclusive, adults only, family-friendly, rustic eco-lodges, honeymoon and business-orientated hotels. So our partners in Mauritius have spent the last 18 months in varying degrees to renovate, refurbish, innovate, and improve their offerings to your clients. I'll just take a bit of time to highlight some of these type of accommodation which I've mentioned. If we look at the luxurious hotels in Mauritius, most of the luxurious hotels in Mauritius are nestled in an exquisite location, each having unique features depicting the tropical islands feeling along the lush green surroundings. It's ideal for the discerning travelers and holidaymakers. These luxurious hotels do provide luxury at its best, par excellence, and a top-notch accommodation where you can settle yourself comfortably. They often provide 24-hour butler or concierge service, and some even offer complimentary shuttle services. With a wide range of facilities and amenities, it's unlike any other hotel offering on the island. Then if we look at the more sort of up and coming golf resorts in Mauritius, these resorts are dotted around the island and offers you a multitude of facilities in the most beautiful settings. Most golf resorts provide you with complimentary golf packages, such as complimentary green fees, driving range balls, and a multitude of other golf resources. Additionally, some of the golf courses offer opportunities for apprentices to enhance their golfing skills through their integrated golf academies. Exceptional golf resorts offer you several golf courses equipped with premium amenities in magnificent tropical background, ideal for nature lovers who would love to play 18 holes day in, day out. Some golf courses such as Ilocef, which is on the backdrop of my screen, is a Bernard Langer Championship golf course, 18 holes, set on an independent island of its own. And it's reflecting as one of the top leading golf courses in the world. And it's accessible by guests staying in hotels in Mauritius. The next concept, which is also a high-end aspect, is the hotel villa resorts in Mauritius. Your choice here depends on whether you prefer the full service of a traditional hotel or the relaxed privacy of a villa. The concept attracts more of your VIP clientele, where they want to spend some private moments with their family and friends in total intimacy with the high-end amenities and attractive service of a five-star. The key highlights of these villas are private, intimate setting alongside the high standard of accommodation, with an exquisite interior decor and inviting private plunge pool. Adults-only hotels in Mauritius are another novel concept that's up and coming. It's been developed and dedicated to the lovers in a serene, intimate, and cozy environment where everything is done to ensure that you spend a deserving moment for two. This type of hotel not only offers child-free environment, but equally pamper the guests with extraordinary care, extensive activities and entertainment programs, wonderful spa facilities. As such, guests can be guaranteed to enjoy their vacation to the maximum in a peaceful and exclusive surrounding, relaxing with their partners or having fun with their friends. Family-friendly hotels in Mauritius, there's no better way to bond with your family than spending a vacation together in a family-friendly hotel in Mauritius. The island in itself is a prime destination where you can enjoy all year round summer weather, exotic gardens, beaches, fringed with flower trees, azure lagoons, and a great number of family hotels alive throughout the island. These type of hotels often have special family packages geared towards children, where children sharing with parents tend to stay and eat free. And they have the best facilities in terms of kids clubs and amenities such as baby cots, babysitting facilities, shallow pools, and special meals for kids. So that's an interesting sort of family concept that the island offers to its guests. A novel sort of direction where Mauritius is heading, especially in terms of sustainability, is one of their eco-friendly lodges in Mauritius. It's one of the ideal ways to connect to nature, where one can spend their holiday, outside of the city buzz and pollution. And with Mauritius being a volcanic origin, it's blessed with magnificent craters, waterfalls, lakes, mountains, valleys, where the geological wealth is protected. If you're a backpacker traveler and looking to spend some quality time off the beaten track retreat, then consider Mauritius as a destination of tropical, luxuriant, eco-friendly lodges for your upcoming vacation. The concept of eco lodges has especially been designed to cater in a sustainable way, but yet in a very comfortable stay where you can contemplate panoramic landscapes made of lush forests, mountains, valleys, and waterfalls. There's different types of eco lodges, ranging from bubble lodges, which is a kind of transparent camp, but very luxurious, to rustic tents, cabins, eco guest houses, tree lodges, and even self-catering cottages, which is available in obviously the seclusion of natural environment. So in parallel through the evolution of the COVID pandemic, the island has adapted its sanitary protocols to match global standards. As an example, hotels have adopted this clean resort concept and affiliated with or in collaboration with world-leading testing and inspection certification companies to ensure that the safety of our clients remain the foremost on top of everyone's minds and being the priority. And I know we often sell the island with a multitude of unique selling proposition. And I think coming out of COVID, to welcome all your guests into our resorts, we've maintained safety, security, and sanitary protocol as the top priority in there, so that we all can enjoy a relaxing holiday that we've so looked forward to post this global pandemic. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I've done justice to the content. It's just, very difficult to talk passionately within 10 minutes about an island that's, known for years to your clientele. But I'm hoping that we've given you a tantalizing sort of starter to entice your clients to our wonderful offering on the beautiful island of Mauritius. Thank you very much.
Спасибо, Рамеш, спасибо большое.
Thanks a lot, Ramesh. Thanks a lot. And I hope that the winners of today's lottery or of today's draw game will be convinced about all the possibilities that are provided by Sun Resorts Hotel and about all the possibilities and opportunities that are provided by the recreation possibilities in Mauritius. But the key question for any destination is how to get there, how to arrive. Out of all the list that was mentioned in the beginning of our event by Mr. Arvind, I think that the most suitable, the most accessible or affordable for Russian tourists is the Emirates Air Company and Turkish Airlines Company. They provide the widest possibilities and flights, all kinds of possibilities, and in order to fly to Mauritius and to other destinations. Next is I'm going to provide the floor to Mr. Vadim Bespertov, who is the country manager in Russia and CIS at Emirates. And so what can we expect? How can our Emirates, how can our tourists fly to Mauritius? Good day, dear colleagues. Thanks a lot for this possibility to tell you about our product and possibly the most comfortable, the most convenient way to get to Mauritius. So that's what I'm going to tell you. So just a few slides, if you permit me. Of course, the most important is that you fit in 10 minutes. Yes, of course. Emirates flights from Moscow to Dubai from September last year. We have resumed flying and from that time we fly every day. We use the biggest, the most beautiful and the most famous airplane A380, which has 2 decks. At the top deck, we have the passengers of the business class. On the second deck, we have economic class passengers, and all the famous possibilities of the services of Emirates are provided in this wonderful airplane. We also are happy to say that from the 8th of October, we resume flights from St. Petersburg. And more than 1.5 years, we didn't have these races. So finally, we're getting back. From the 8th of October, they were 4, and from the 21st of October, it'll be everyday flights. Flights are going to be from Moscow and St. Petersburg, and they will fly to Moscow without any problems. They will fly to Mauritius without any problem. As you know that Moscow is going to fly 2 days and St. Petersburg 3 days in a week. And as soon as in Moscow, the number of flights is increased by until 2 flights per day. So these flights will be daily. And because many of our and your clients fly from Russia to this region, we have code sharing with the S7 Airlines company, where the passengers can change the flights. So from St. Petersburg, Kazan, Novosibirsk, and other cities of Russia, more than 40 destinations in Russia. They can fly by Emirates Airlines and fly to Mauritius. Everything is done using just only a single ticket, and therefore the travel of a passenger is going to be under the control of the transporter from the origin to the destination. Our partner is a company which is included into the group of Emirates. It's a Fly Dubai. You know this company very well. Fly Dubai has resumed its flights from 10 destinations, from 10 places in Russia, and it can also offer flights by Fly Dubai, and then by Emirates airplanes, they're going to fly to Mauritius. So any additional possibilities, such as, for example, baggage and food, everything is provided according to the standards of the Emirates Airlines. And because we fly through Dubai, a lot of passengers, they choose to stop by this beautiful city. Dubai is an open city, and it's necessary only to have a PCR test. The second test is done in Dubai for free. And so this is quite popular proposal right now, a very good offer, which is very popular among our clients because the frequency is not very high as it used to be before the pandemics. And many passengers, they select to stop by Dubai for some time. And this year, as you know, from the 1st of October, it's going to be the start of the biggest of a very important event of this year, maybe even not this year, but of the event of the last year, of the last summer's year. This is the International Expo exhibition. It's going to be called Expo 2020. So all the passengers are provided free ticket for one day in order to visit this Expo exhibition. And if you use this stopover in Dubai, there is a Dubai Experience program which provides lower prices for hotels and for the tourist for the travel products that are provided by Dubai, such as hotels. For example, hotels right now are cheaper than usual. So therefore, I recommend you to get to know their offers. So those who are going to stop there for more than 6 hours, they can book a so-called stopover. A stopover, it's got special conditions that has to fit in the parameters of the tariff, but Mauritius, the island of Mauritius is also very fits in this program. If so, you can have a stopover in Dubai if you're planning to fly to Mauritius. I also recommend you to visit our portal, which is called Travel Requirements by Destination. So Travel Requirements by Destination. This is a portal where in real time you have you can read all the requirements about the destination places, and we are very happy that in the Mauritius island we have they have these requirements that provide opportunities to visit the island, but also all other destinations can be known from this portal. It is a very good source of information, so you can just look it up and see what conditions are there for the major destinations. It's very convenient and comfortable, and I also recommend you to visit this site from time to time. In all our airplanes, we have 3 classes of servicing, which is economic, business, and the so-called premium class. And so right now, all the standards of the service have been restored, and in some cases they are even higher than the standards that we had before the pandemic. In the first class, in the top class, we have a special shower and spa. I'll show you the picture. The only thing that has changed is that the protocol of the safety protocol has been fortified. After every visit that they provide some additional sanitary cleaning. In Dubai, for the first class passengers, there is also a stopover, and also a connection, so-called connections service, and this enables you to go to your flight to Mauritius without any additional procedures. Business class, they also provide the same standards as they were before, but with some additional measures hours of disinfections after each flight. So there is also a special lounge bar. And in Moscow, we have also a service of the personal driver. And also this type of service is provided in St. Petersburg. All the passengers of business class, they're going to be brought to the flight by a special automobile. And this service is provided for free. In the waiting room in Dubai, in the lounge of Dubai, it is also functioning very well. It has opened, and about a month ago, the first class lounge has also opened. So during the change of the flights between Moscow and St. Petersburg to Mauritius, also you can spend your time in our wonderful lounges. Economic class is also, everything is fine in there. You can use Wi-Fi, and also there are some alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage, and we're always happy to see children in our flights. For Mauritius, this is also a very good choice because we have special programs for children, special entertainment programs for them. And every ticket of Emirates is also provided as a special tourist insurance policy. I think that this is a unique proposal, and every passenger will be happy to know that they have a special insurance, and just they can use if the case requires so. In any case, it covers such cases as COVID, and it includes medical expenses and evacuation if it is needed. We also have a special policy for the exchange and return under COVID-19. We don't have a fine for changing the tickets, and during the you can just read the detailed rules in the presentation. You can read it later when you have time, and this program is valid until 31st of May 2022. You can also book a Mauritius through our partners and operators, and you can also use directly Emirates Partners portal. Through this portal, through this product, or through this sales channel, you will always get the best price and the latest news of the Emirates company. Thanks a lot for choosing us. Here you can read the contacts for group requests and for direct requests. And Emirates is always happy to bring you to any world destination. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Vadim. I think that now we have to listen to what Turkish Airlines wants to propose us. We have questions from our colleagues. Now, dear colleagues, Q&A session is going to be after all the presentations. Now, Turkish Airlines, Evgenia Muslu, the floor is yours. Dear colleagues, good day. I hope that you can hear me very well. After such a presentation that we have listened from Vadim, I'd like to, of course, immediately tell you about our advantages that we have. So, just a second. As you probably know, the company Turkish Airlines is one of the international companies that has a large route network all over the world. And in particular, if we speak about Russia, then we also have one of the widest route network all over Russia. Before the pandemics, we flew from 10 different destinations in Russia. Right now, we have only 6 places. 4 of them are temporarily suspended, but we hope that in the near future, they're going to the flights are going to be resumed. And speaking about Moscow, we fly from Vnukovo Airport. I think that this is one of the best airports of the capital, at least because it has the minimum workload, and our passengers will always have enough time and pass all the safety measures and examinations, inspections in a comfortable conditions. So from Moscow, we fly 5 times a day to Istanbul, and I'm going to focus mostly on Istanbul because other destinations under our discussion on Mauritius are going to be less interesting. From St. Petersburg, where we have 2 flights per day, And from Sochi, we have 4 flights per week from Rostov every day. And from Kazan, we have airplanes flying 5, and in Yekaterinburg 3 times per week, correspondingly. Among good news is that we have resumed with the hot food provided to economic and business classes. These are the 2 types of the class of services that are provided by Turkish Airlines, economic and business classes. Probably, recently we had, well, not very recently, but some time ago, 2 years ago, we had a change in this Istanbul airport, and this is our bigger chance for a company, because above all, this new airport provides us with more opportunities to develop faster, to increase our number of flights, and to increase the number of airplanes. In any case, the opening happened before the pandemic, which enabled us to maximize the comfort in managing the passenger flows in the airport due to its big size. And this did not affect the stopover time at all. I flew just recently from gate to gate. I only had around 30 minutes when changing the airplanes, with only 30 minutes when passing all the control zones and duty frees, etc. So therefore, we recommend our airport as a place of destination and also as a changeover place. It also has a huge spaces such as restaurants and shops. A lot of different lounges, including the lounge of our company that I'm going to tell you more in detail. In Istanbul, currently we have a special lounge which is called Miles and Smiles. This is a special program for those who fly frequently by our airlines. There is also a business lounge for business passengers, but currently it is not working. But in the very near future, we are planning to open it. And also we have a special lounge for the passengers of the business class in the Vnukovo airport. This is also our small pride as a place where you can stop by for some time, because we were among the first to open such a lounge for the international flights, because before that all the lounges were open only for the inside flights, for the internal flights in Turkey, where we are a flagship transporter. So the access to the lounges is provided to the business class passengers and also to those who participate in the Miles and Smiles program and those who have special discount cards. They include a large number of different recreation rooms, catering, game room, shower rooms, very good, comfortable WC toilet rooms. Everything is done for maximum comfort during your waiting time. And fortunately, those who fly to Mauritius, the waiting time is not going to be much. Currently, the maximum short changeover time for those who fly from Moscow, on this screen you can see that this changeover time is a little bit more than 2 hours, which is considered a minimum comfortable and time, minimum pause. From 1st of October, we'll fly 3 times a week to Mauritius, and it is also possible, if it is interesting for you, because we have 5 flights per day from Moscow, so we can just so you can select a longer changeover time, and if you would like to have the shortest changeover time, you can see it on the screen. All the flights are done using the airplane Airbus A330, which also makes your flight very comfortable. So this is it for my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions at the end of the presentations. Thanks a lot.
Лаконичность, вопросы есть, и как мы уже договорились, они будут в конце нашей сессии. Ну, у нас получилось такое немножко общее представление о Маврикии, потом мы сейчас узнали, как туда можно доехать. В общем, 2 было очень комфортных пути представлено. А теперь чем заняться? Мы уже прилетели на Маврикий. Чем же мы там будем заниматься? Чем там будут заниматься наши туристы? Джино Джингур, менеджер по продажам сети отелей Марадива Виллас Resort. Джина, прошу вас.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you, Arvind, for introducing so well the destination. And thank you to all of you listening to me. I'm Gino, the sales manager for Mauritius Villa Resort and Spa. Our 5-star luxury resort is located on the west coast and 50 minutes drive away from the airport. This is a privately owned all-villa resort, which is designed for those seeking to discreetly.
Коллеги переводчики, нет перевода.
For those looking for discreet and luxurious, private and personalized Mauritian experience. So I'm going to talk to you about the weddings, honeymooners, spa, and the different activities that you can have around the resort. So for those wedding couples coming for at Meridian, so the intimacy of the private pool villas and the personalized service at Meridian creates this ideal loveness for the newlyweds. So if you're looking for an exotic wedding experience, Meridian is the place to be. So brides to be can relax, enjoy the every details, whilst our team, the wedding coordinator, will be looking after the every little details that he has to be taken care of, from the handpicked bouquet, for the wedding dress, for instance, the wedding reception and the wedding cake. Remember, so you can, whilst arranging all these finalized, the couples can also enjoy a special time at the Unwilling Spa of the resort, which is a rich wellness heritage of India, and which provides Ayurvedic treatments and healing of therapies. So for wedding organization, with our 27 lush hectares of breathtaking garden, this romantic 5-star luxury retreats features several stunning settings, ideal for celebrations and reception. Our dedicated wedding planner at the resort will create the most and precious enjoyable moment for your honeymoon and wedding couples. For those coming on honeymoon, they can fully enjoy the romantic potential of Meridian. Trust our team is here to organize this honeymoon dream of your life in this magnificent, exclusive and ideal setting. Honeymooners can appreciate the romance of the private pool villa, couple massage, or bath with rose petals for total relaxation. For those who like, for some of the services that we do provide in the honeymoon package are the romantic champagne breakfast, the candlelit dinner in the privacy with a special menu dedicated for this occasion, including fine wines. When the sun goes down on the golden sun under the Raj on the beach. So all those services are complimentary, are included in the package. But for some extras, the couple can also enjoy a seafood barbecue, a seafood dinner barbecue under the privacy of their villas, or a romantic dinner right with champagne right on the white jetty at sunset. This is a dream. Talking a little bit about the spa and wellness, in the heart of Meridian, we do have, it's an oasis of tranquility. Meridian is that special ideal place for harmonize your body and soul, to unwind and rejuvenate. The spa design is strongly influenced by the Indian philosophy and the wide selection of Eastern and Western treatment which are available to your guests and my guests enjoyment. So what is Ayurvedic treatment? The Ayurvedic treatment offered include the services of an Indian Ayurvedic doctor who will propose the appropriate therapies, including deep muscular massage and aromatherapy session designed to purify and rejuvenate. So let me swap to the different other activities that the resort offers to your customers. So beside this beautiful white sandy beach and with the 2 high tides that we have daily, so our customers can enjoy exceptional facilities, stunning views overlooking the Tamarind Bay. And remember, being on the West Coast, you can enjoy the daily magnificent sunset. For the more active, Meridian provides free water sports, including snorkeling, sailing, windsurfing, kayaks, paddleboard, as well as water skiing. Remember, all those activities are free of charge. On the land activities, we do have a techno gym fitness center, aqua gym, floodlit tennis court, and for those who'd like to have a cooking classes, this can be organized in the chef garden. So I'm going to talk a little bit quickly on the different activities which are proximate to the resort. For those who like horse racing, so every Saturday or Sundays we have a horse racing activities. It's 30 minutes drive from the resort. The customer can enjoy the Crown Lodge and in the private suite at the Champ de Mars. You can enjoy also the catamaran and sunset cruise, in a luxury catamaran and explore the turquoise water on the Tamarind Bay. For those who'd like to swim with the dolphins, it's exclusively on the West Coast, where you can experience and you won't miss this unforgettable rendezvous. For those also who can enjoy deep sea fishing, which is a truly experience that you should not miss on the West Coast. Scuba diving is available. The underwater world is an incomparable exploration scene that you will delight for beginners and professional divers. Kazala Nature Park is 15 minutes from the resort, where you can explore the natural park of the wild animals and plants. And last but not least, our golf course. I mean, we are linked, Meridian is linked to the golf course of Tamarina, which is 5 minutes from here. For what your customers booking for the primary location, a minimum of 5 nights, so they are entitled for 2 golfs, inclusive transportation and a picnic basket. All those are included. Thank you for listening. And remember, we, in terms of transparency of the water, all ourselves are vaccinated, and all the necessary measures has been taken to all this. Thank you so much. Спасибо большое.
Большое спасибо.
Thank you so much, Gino. This is so feeric. It's a beautiful picture. So many possibilities at Mauritius. So it's not just weddings. It's a colossal range of different activities. And this is amazing. And let's see if our tourists are ready and our tour operators are ready to offer it to our clients. So I want to give word to Irina Manulskaya, CEO of Sales Department. Hi, Irina. Hello, dear colleagues. 10 minutes, please, only 10 minutes. We're so happy that Mauritius is opening. Thank you for inviting us. SOTIS works with individual tourists for over 30 years, and Mauritius was one of the first destinations. I personally came to Mauritius in 1997. It was the first time, but not the last. And our individual tourists love Mauritius. And why do they pick Mauritius? I want to show you some pictures so you will be interested to continue listening to me. And so you'll feel that you're at Mauritius. So please share, give me the power to share my screen so I can show you some pictures. So dear colleagues, could you let her share the screen? It does. Yes. No, посмотрите. So now you can see the picture and imagine you're there. So why are individual tourists come to us and say, hello, I want to go right to Mauritius? The first reason is that it is visa-free. You don't have to plan it ahead. You don't have to make appointments. You can wake up in the morning and decide, okay, today I'm going to Mauritius. Take the plane and fly to Mauritius. So to go to Mauritius, you can pick any flight. There are several flights. Our colleagues already shared the information that you can take Emirates, Turkish Airlines, Popular. These are popular airlines. And so we really hope for Airflot to organize a straight flight. And we really hope that British Airways will continue flying, because as you know, many people with money have their kids in London. So for many kids, it's the way to have holiday vacation. They fly from London, and now the parents fly from Russia. What else helps us to sell Mauritius? Weather. The weather is really predictable. It's really clear, and the seasons are covering the periods of time which are very unpleasant in Russia. Like now, the autumn starts, and Mauritius will have awesome weather. And then in winter, Mauritius will keep having good weather, and we'll have snow. And so everybody will go there and return all rested. And Indian Ocean, it's awesome. It's so friendly. It's the friendliest ocean on Earth, because Indian Ocean doesn't really have creepy sharks or horrible sea creatures, but it's full of beautiful corals and fishes. So it's awesome to swim in it. And it's just 1 hour time difference, so our VIP tourists won't even notice the time change. And the VIP tourist has to live in a beautiful hotel, and many people know the hotels that they usually check. Like when you say Four Seasons, Shangri-La, One and Only, Aperol, they understand, okay, these hotels are the hotels for rich people. So it's good level of service. And not many tourists like to stay in the hotel. Most people want tours as well. Not everybody really goes on tour, but everybody says that they want this program. So Mauritius can offer luxurious program. So let's think, what else? Like, is there any other place that is similar to Mauritius? Okay, there are some, but why individual tourists pick Mauritius? Why do they return to Mauritius many, many times? Because Mauritius is truly different from all the other places on Earth. Which are the main differences? Why are we having these guys, the clients that would go there every year for 15 years? Firstly, it's pretty big for an island. It's very important because everybody is afraid of tsunami. They're afraid of natural disasters. And when the island is big enough, the tourist feels more relaxed, you know? And another thing is that it's not too huge, you know? It's not that you cannot travel around within a week. So Mauritius has very good size. Continuing. Another thing is that Mauritius is surrounded by a coral reef, so no big wave could ever hit it. No shark will swim to your hotel because they cannot get through the coral reef. So swimming in Mauritius is really convenient. The reef is a little bit far, so you have enough time, enough place to swim, but near the horizon, you see the wave breaking where the reef is. And what else is important for an individual tourism is safety, and being sure that your family will be safe there, that your children are safe, and that you are not facing any risk. And Mauritius is completely safe. The locals are super friendly. The locals are super welcoming, super hospitable, and they are always trying to create maximal comfort for your experience. No drugs. Mauritius has no drugs. It's super important because many islands have drugs, and in Mauritius has death penalty for drugs. So we are very happy about it. And we're happy that there are no big fishes, but also you don't have snakes or any other, or like huge spiders. So it is super safe for everyone, And also the safety expands to COVID. It's COVID safe. It's opening later than some other locations because they open only when they're sure that they can provide this safety and they can offer you comfort and safety. And the hotels, you have to tell about the hotels. So because people pick hotels first. The hotels are marvelous. I've mentioned several hotel chains before, but I want to tell a few words about the service, because in some countries you have 5-star hotels and you say this country has good 3 stars hotels, and in some countries 5 stars is the minimum. And when we talk about Mauritius, we say that you have to pay attention that Mauritius almost doesn't have huge hotels for like 500,000, 600,000. All the Mauritius hotels are like small and personalized. We say that you have this feeling that you are staying at your grandma's. Nobody is expecting tips from you. Nobody is, making your bed hoping for a tip. You feel that you are at home. You are visiting your grandma that loves you, that cooks for you, that cleans your room, and you feel safe and at ease. And this service, plus the kitchen for VIP tourists, the cuisine is very important, the food is very important. And tropical islands usually offer something unexpected and exotic. And Mauritius has Mauritius was a part of France for a while, so its cuisine is very compatible with what we have in French restaurants in Moscow. And besides, you get some colors of India. If you want to try something unexpected, you can try Indian cuisine. And seafood. Not all the islands know how to cook seafood, but Mauritius has no problem cooking seafood for you. They won't put horrible sauce on your lobster. They'll grill your lobster. And spa. VIP tourist wants to visit the spa center, want to relax, and they want quality, and Mauritius can offer all of that. As you know that Indian influence brought spa culture to Mauritius, so VIP tourists are usually coming back because they love Mauritius spa. Tours. All the islands offer you tours, but Mauritius has a huge amount of options. It has cultural heritage. It used to be a colony. It switched the owners from the French to the English, so you have some historical buildings. Also, Mauritius are very hardworking, so you can see sugarcane production factories or rum factories. Also, there is this excursion where you can walk with the lions, and it is dangerous outside of Mauritius, but it is very safe here in Mauritius. And also different sports events. For example, you can try to learn how to kite surf, and you can try to learn in Russian. We have Russian clubs, and golf options are amazing there. So we have to stop, we have to stop, we have to stop. There are zip lines and different other things, and fishing. So I think that the island is very good.
Спасибо большое, Ирина. Но кроме индивидуальных туристов, насколько я понимаю ситуацию.
Thanks a lot, Irina. And I understand that in addition to individual tourists, there is a possibility also to send their groups. So the recommendations from the company. So we are going to listen next to their recommendations from Kira Ganja, who is from the destination department of the Indian Oceans Island and Sea, China, Israel, of Coral Travel Company. Next, I'm going to present our company in Mauritius, of Coral Travel in Mauritius, and I'm going to tell you about the specifics.
Да-да-да, минуту.
Just a second. I'm going to tell you about the specifics of the destination from Coral Travel. Let me start. Just about the advantages. I'm not going to speak much about advantages because my colleagues have already spoken about that in all details. I'd like to only to add that Mauritius is one of the best destinations, my favorite destinations. I love this island very much. For me, it combines everything such as, for example, very uh, like a recreation in solitude or an active recreation. And our task as a large operator is to develop and to promote this destination because it's kind of a little bit underdeveloped. Our advantages of our company is that we work with reliable partners on the island, with reliable operators for quite a long time. These are our major partners, and all our personnel has visited Mauritius. Some of them were there several times. We work with quite many different products, more than 80 hotels, from deluxe to apartment hotels, and we have very competitive prices in the market. This makes this island very attractive for many people, and for many tourists. And we would like as many people as possible to see this beautiful island. Just about a few words about our so-called elite concept. Elite concept, this is the first concept of the elite tourism, which is provided by large tour operators. We have a special agency, elite agency, that provide a specialized level and specialized services for various clients of the elite segment. So this is a collection of the best hotels. This is individual support of for applications and large of range of different services. When an application comes to the elite service, it is processed by specialists in a special mode, and you can always be sure about the quality and reliability of the services. And next is, let me speak about some top destinations. A lot of colleagues have already spoken about the excursions, about different specifics and features that you can find in Mauritius. I'd like to structure that a little bit in brief. Well, the island is divided into western and eastern and southwestern shores. Each shore is different. For example, in northern shore, you can find nightlife, casinos, etc. In the western, you can swim with dolphins, and in the east, you can have a recreation in luxury hotels on the shore of the Indian Ocean. Well, we have mentioned the excursions already, but let me tell you about the favorite ones in the top excursions that we are recommending. Of course, this is the capital of the island, the Port Louis. In order to know the history of this island, you can go to the capital, into the Port Louis, and then you can go to the Chamarel Valley, and there you can find such a beautiful, beautiful sands of various colors. This is a unique phenomenon. The landscape is such that if you take, for example, this sand, it'll spill into segments of different colors. So the falls of Chamarels are surrounded by volcanoes. It has got a lush vegetation and its height is around 100 meters. And the favorite excursion that I recommend to everyone is Mauritius from the birds level overview, or this is it looks like a waterfall, and this is just only an illusion. And this beauty you can see only when you fly an airplane, when you come or when you leave the airplane, or you can also go on an excursion on a helicopter. The excursion is not cheap, but it can be offered to tourists, and this is a spectacular view that people will remember all their lives. And this is also Hinduism sacred places and monuments that you could visit if you would like to get to know the religions of the island. And also this is the Gazella park, natural park. This is a very beautiful park that will be interesting for everyone, for children and for adults. And this is also botanical garden. You can where you can see various plants, more than 100 of types, and beautiful nature. Also Lavanella Natural Park, where you can, for example, pet a turtle or a tortoise and see crocodiles in nature. Also Black River National Park, where you can do all types of different active sports. So this is for active recreation lovers. You can also see the true or surf volcano, and because Mauritius is a volcanic island, so therefore everywhere you can see these beautiful views. This is also the place called Gri Gri. There you can see its height is around 42 meters, and it's always have these type of waves, and so if you go to the east of the island, you can see these beautiful views. You can also go and see the tea plantations and take some tea as a souvenir, because in Mauritius there is not only a sugar cane, there is also tea plantations. Afterwards, you can go to the factory for the production of rum. It is also called chamarel, where you can taste this aroma, you can see how it is produced, and of course, you can buy a few bottles as a gift for or as a souvenir for your friends and relatives. This rum is very tasty, is absolutely wonderful. You can buy it of different brands, and but Chamarel is a well-known brand, so it is recommended to go and visit that factory. For the lovers of active recreation, you can do snorkeling, diving, deep underwater fishing. As I already mentioned, also it's a golf fields. You can also have a rendezvous with dolphins, and Marika is unique due to that, because it combines those things that are not combinable in other places. The island is smaller than Moscow, but you can find there absolutely everything, every possible thing you can find in there, you can see in there. And also speaking about different tourist activities that are provided to young people and to older people, and for the economic tourism, for example, you go to the northern part of the island, and there you can stay in apartments, and then you can have active promenades over the island. You can go to different parks, to discotheques, you can visit casinos, etc. The seed or marine entertainments, I have already told you about them. All the hotels, they propose non-motorized types of sport for free, which is very convenient because you can just use a kayak or paddles, etc. And you can also go on an excursion in a boat with a transparent bottom. For fishermen, there you can just get a trophy fish, such a fish as marlin, and then you can cook it. And this is the event that you will always remember. And of course, shopping. You know, in Mauritius, it's shopping is an important type of activity. So there you can buy all kinds of different spices, rum, and smoked marlin. So the fish. So these are the specialty products that you can buy only in Mauritius. And for the golf fields that I have already mentioned, for those who would like to play golf, in Mauritius is probably one of the best places in the world where you can have both the quality and the price, and all the hotels they have their own golf fields. Thanks a lot for your attention. I can see that my time is going over, is getting over, and I'll be happy to continue keeping in touch with you if you're interested in tourism in Mauritius. Thanks a lot for the wonderful presentation. This is very attractive. I'm sure that all our participants now would like to go to Mauritius. Unfortunately, there are no direct flights, but still you can go there. Now, next is we have Irina Maximova, who is the leading manager of the exotic department, Mauritius and Seychelles directions of the ICS group. I think that her presentation will motivate us even more. Is that right, Irina? Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm happy to see all of you. It's very difficult to make presentation after such serious presentations of my colleagues from different operator companies. So therefore, it is difficult to add something new to that. Of course, Mauritius is infinitely a wonderful and beautiful island. You can speak about that on and on. And I would like to show you a presentation which is not as beautiful as the presentation of my colleagues, but I would like to say a few words on a little bit different things. I'd like to maybe just tell you kind of maybe to sum up a little bit. Everything is fine in Mauritius. I have already said that this is a traditional destination in September and in May, and we have lots of advantages that you cannot find in the different islands or in different countries. So lots of advantages. Yes, it's a beautiful and a big island with large selection of hotels. And besides, the hotels are not that small as in Seychelles, for example. The hotels are quite enough to receive a big number of guests. Plus, you have that big diversity of the stars hotels that are proposed by Mauritius. Uh, and all of these things, they enable people to come to Mauritius, not only to the most expensive places. I apologize, I'm trying to turn on the presentation, but I have a little bit of a problem with that. So not only the richest clients can visit the island, but the clients of various levels. So correspondingly, I apologize, do I share my screen? No, you're not sharing your screen yet. You have to press on the share screen button. I did so. Well, probably that presentation is not important, but because you saw how beautiful and how bright the images of the island are, and you saw it in the previous presentations. So what I would like to say is that VIP tourism is good, of course, on the one hand, but we also have a lot of clients who cannot afford luxury recreation. So we traditionally were trying to work for all levels, all types of clients, including the very rich clients who have lots of possibilities, capabilities, and also for the clients that have limited budget, at least to see the country, to get to know people, to come and spend probably not accommodation, but on getting to know a beautiful country, the residents of which are very laborious and give and very hospitable, and they, give a lot of their soul to the development of their country. And you have to see the Mauritius because this is one of the top destinations, because you can have a beautiful recreation, lots of various activities, and great accommodation for any taste and for any price. And besides, Mauritius is a good place because it provides very interesting activities not only for the clients but also for our agents. Because above all, this is a highly marginal destination for our agents. It is interesting to work with this type of destination. It's exotic, it's not usual, it's unusual. And besides, we work in order to earn money, so it provides high margins. Working with Mauritius is wonderful and comfortable because everything is comfortable, everything is fun. You have only one airport, you have routes to go to any hotels. You don't need to try to understand how to make a comfortable transfer to hotels, what kind of schedule. You don't need to care about that because there is a possibility to, you can only choose of it could be a group transfer or it could be a individual transfer to hotels from airports. It could be a transfer of any level, starting from a very simple one in an ordinary car, or it could be up to a helicopter through water transport, etc. But the how this travel is managed, this is easy for the agent and very comprehensible, very easy, simple. Besides, the level of the service is very high in all our receiving parties. With whoever we work in Mauritius, they are very responsible people. They are client oriented. They are oriented towards working with the Russian market, providing Russian language services. The clients do not depend on the knowledge of the foreign languages. They will always be helped, and they will always be proposed all types of of entertainment services, etc. Of course, in Mauritius, it is desirable to know the hotels that are available in there and the beaches. There are wonderful beaches and wonderful ocean, but the Russian client uh, usually has a desire to swim in the sea. Unfortunately, it's not in customary for our clients to swim in swimming pools. Although our clients do swim in swimming pools, but they always prefer sea beaches, ocean beaches. But there are some specifics in beaches. In some cases, they can go to a beach through the hotel. In some beaches, they just select the beaches, whether it's a sandy beach or a stone beach. So these you have to know the what kind of beaches there are, and this is a condition for you to work successful with a client. When we can explain to the client what they can expect, and afterwards they don't have any confusion, they don't have any displeasure, and usually the clients are very happy because everything else, in addition to various beaches, everything else is going to be at a very high level, no matter what kind of hotel they're going to stay at. For example, many three-star hotels, they have their own spas. It means that the hotel service is very high. Besides, why it is very pleasant to work with Mauritius, why it is very good to work with that island, because seasonality in there. I'd I'd say it's almost around a year destination. Some people prefer to go in winter. Some people prefer to go in summer. For example, this year the summer was very hot, but if Mauritius had been open, people could have gone there in order to have a recreation in a fresh and pleasant weather. And besides, the prices are going to be are quite low in there, and many are using this opportunity to visit the country in the out of season period when the prices are the most affordable. We are always happy to respond to any questions that our clients have. that our agents have, and we have been in this market for quite a long time, and we propose our destination knowing uh, knowing this destination very well, because we have learned it, we have gotten acquainted with it ourselves, and in every we can tell you about each hotel to our agent, provide all types of descriptions. We are very experienced, and we are accessible through phone and through WhatsApp application. And we are trying to provide all types of different webinars and seminars. We always respond to all types of questions, and we are accessible on air everywhere. So we are always happy if somebody addresses us with specific questions. So although currently we're waiting for the opening of the country, not all the hotels are working so far. But we have already prepared lots of various materials on the updates on the upgradings and updates that are happening in the country due to its opening. And I'm happy to tell you that in the near future, Oceanarium is going to open. This is going to be the first Oceanarium in Mauritius, and there are lots of expectations from clients. There are some changes in the hotel. For example, some hotels have changed their names, and it doesn't diminish their values for VIP companies, for VIP clients. So everybody is hoping that our clients will come back to the island, and I would also like to support the idea that we would also like to see Aeroflot Airlines company, but this is going to be the decision of its management. But that would help to promote this destination, just like it helped to promote the destination of Seychelles currently. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Irina.
Еще одна грань появилась в Маврикии. После выступления Ирины стало понятно, что, во-первых, это направление можно предлагать круглый год.
Now, this destination can be provided all year round. It's got lower prices, and it's got a bigger potential audience. I didn't visit Mauritius yet, but I'm sure that I will visit one day.
So I'm planning to give a brief speech also. I just want to share some info about the perspectives of luxurious exotic destinations in Russia, because during the pandemic, this format, these locations became way more attractive. It always has been a VIP, like expensive option because of the length. So all the islands are far from Russia, and all the products that were presented, but these locations has shown positive dynamics comparing to the majority of other destinations that are showing the lowering of demand during the pandemic. So we think that perspectives for Mauritius are very, very bright, even when we don't have direct flights. I see some questions in the chat. We will answer all the questions. There's a question about free flights. We still don't know, not even us, not Mauritius authorities, nor the airlines can answer that, because it all depends on the operatives and after that of the Russian aviation company. It depends if Mauritius will be included in the list of COVID safe countries for the authorities, because the logics of the authorities is not always clear for citizens or for the employees of the tourist companies. So if we don't have a direct flight, we still have good options via Istanbul or Emirates, through Europe, like British Airways, for example, was named as one of the companies that can fly to Mauritius and bring Russian tourists. So I think this direction could become even more popular. There are some limits that we have to think about. It's firstly the because it's better to send vaccinated tourists, not all the tourists, not the tourists that were sick. And there was a question, we've answered it already, if Sputnik is accepted. Yes, Sputnik is accepted. If you've been vaccinated with Sputnik, you can go to Mauritius after the 1st of October. Also, we have some questions. If we have to do the PCR, if we have less than 24 hours transfer. Logically, you don't, because PCR has to be done 72 hours prior to the trip. So if you have less than 24 hours overlay, your PCR will be still valid. And be sure it's only for vaccinated people. Vaccinated people can come with PCR that was taken at the departure, that is valid for 72 hours. And all the other tourists have to quarantine in special places. It's not hotels, it's special places. So far, these are the rules. I can't really, I won't repeat the questions that I've answered already. So I think the perspectives are very bright. We will see positive dynamics together with Maldives or Cuba. Cuba has shown positive dynamics that is way over the top of the level of 2019. Maldives is also showing the dynamics that's higher than pre-COVID, and we think Mauritius will do the same. So let's answer some questions. After the session, we will have the draw of 10 promo tours. So the question from Emirates, Vadim, are you here? Yes, I'm here. So a question about the stopover in Dubai. And as far as I remember, it is possible, right? And there was another question about the frequency of flights from St. Petersburg. So how many flights? We've seen 3 on the flight, and you said 4, and then you said it will be daily. How many flights from St. Petersburg? Please tell us. Well, yeah. 3, the number 3 is the amount of connections. There'd be 4 flights after 8th of October and daily after the 21st of October. So thank you. Another question. Turkish Airlines, can you answer about the necessity of PCR tests? I think it's obvious. Could you tell us something? Oh, yes, I can. When you leave, it's always, you always follow the rules of the country of arrival, not the country of departure. So if it's a Russian person who is flying to Moscow or to Russia, let's say, then this passenger will only be asked for the documents that are necessary to enter Russia. So now Russian people don't have to do it because they are tested upon arrival. So when you depart from Mauritius, we will not ask for PCR test. Another question about petrol accident in Mauritius, like 2 years ago. And so Mauritius Ministry of Tourism answered us in a chat. You can check the chat for all the participants, see the chat, because apart from 26th of October 2020, no traces of petrol, of contamination weren't fixated. So you can swim, you can fish, there is no limit. Nothing to do with petrol so far. Everything is clean. It's super important for us. So another question to Gino, Mr. Gino, about your hotel. Two questions. First, who are the newlyweds? And it's 9 months from the day of the wedding, so you don't have to answer that. Another question, and it kind of scares me. I'm afraid you will be talking for quite a while answering it, so please be brief if you can. So could you briefly, like 3 sentences, tell us what are the differences between your hotel and other hotels?
Well, as I explained in the chat, we are one of the most luxurious hotels in Mauritius with a lot of space. I'm talking about the entry-level villas, which is 163 square meter with a 12 square meter pool. You won't get this in any other resort where you do have villas. So space is luxury for us. And we are a member of the leading hotels of the world, and we are over 27 acres of land. We have only 65 villas. Just make the calculation and you understand what is luxury. We have a 1 kilometer beautiful beach. You have 2 high tides per day. I mean, this is the best place to be on the West Coast. And remember the beautiful sunset that we have. Briefly, I have a lot to talk about.
Вот я не сомневалась, что
I don't doubt that. I'm sure you can tell about your hotel for us. Thank you so much, Gino. We think we got the answer. So I think we don't have any more questions. So summing up, Mauritius deserves the attention. It will sell for Russian people, despite of the fact that there is no direct flight. The operators are ready, and the tourists are ready to go. And despite of the fact that the vaccinated people can easily go, we think since Sputnik is accepted, the tourists will be happy to come to Mauritius. But before going to Mauritius, we will send the representatives of tourist industry. We have 10 promo tours. Our organizers offered us a magic box, secret box. I'm opening it right now. So we have many papers, little papers with names. So I'm going to pull the name and call the names. And dear winners, I have to tell you that the organizers will get in touch with you later, and they will share some information about the procedure. So they'll explain how to get your ticket. We don't have the last names. No, we do have the last names. Sorry. Yes. And we have last numbers of your phone numbers. So 5190 is the winner. Anna Ilyukhina. I don't know who do you work with, but you're a lucky girl. A round of applause for Anna Ilyukhina. Next. Glazunova Maria. Last numbers 2196. See? Mirza Karimova Zulfiya, 2424. Number 3. Anna Popova, 5533. Lucky numbers. Sharikina Yulia, last numbers 9165. Elena Firsova, 4468. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6. Svetlana Podgornova, 1544, last numbers. 7. Понюхова Ksenia. Last digit 6699. That was number 8. Ekaterina Serebrikova, 1593. So now we hear the drums. And the last winner for today is Zaikina Marina, 5855. Congratulations, dear colleagues. I hope you all have the vaccine. You have 1 month to get your vaccine, to get your prize. The organizers will get in touch with you to give you the prize. Dear colleagues, thank you so much. It was super interesting, and I really hope that I'll see you again at Mauritius. Thank you so much.